did not know to what she was referring. I do not feel that there was any inappropriate action of any type, but, and this is the really important thing, it is not just my experience that matters in this. If I apologized, it was because I saw that she had been made uncomfortable, and I did not want her to be uncomfortable, regardless of whether I knew why she was uncomfortable or not. This transformation of our society for the better needs to involve every single one of us being reflective about our actions and about how they can be experienced by others. I remember that day in Creston well. It was a foundation, Avalanche Foundation event to support avalanche safety. I had a good day that day. I don't remember any negative interactions that day at all. I don't think so. I've been very, very careful all my life to be thoughtful and to be respectful of people's space and people's headspace as well.
There are serious allegations against you right now. Why not call an independent investigation and put this story to rest?
Obviously, this is a situation that has been very much on my mind over the past few weeks. It's a issue that I have been deeply engaged with, not just as a leader, but all my life since my early 20s in university, active on issues around sexual assault and behaviors. I've been reflecting very carefully on what I remember from that incident almost 20 years ago. And again, I am confident that I did not act inappropriately. But part of this awakening that we're having as a society, a long-awaited realization, is that it's not just one side of the story that matters, that the same interactions could be experienced very differently from one person to the next. And I am not going to speak for the woman in question. I would never presume to speak for her. But I know that there is an awful lot of reflection to be had as we move forward as a society on how people perceive different interactions. Like I said, I do not feel that I acted inappropriately in any way, but I respect the fact that someone else might have experienced that differently. And this is part of the reflections that we have to go through.
Mr. Prime Minister, the question was, why not call an independent investigation if there are questions? And she says that you apologized to her.
Again, I've been reflecting on the actual interaction, and if I apologized later, then it would be because I sensed that she was not entirely comfortable with the interaction we had. Like I said, I've been working very hard to try and piece it together, and even when the original editorial came out at the time, I was fairly confident, I was very confident that I hadn't acted in a way that I felt was in any way inappropriate. But like I said, part of the lesson that we all have to learn through this is respecting that the same interactions can be felt very differently by different people going through them, and we have to respect that. And that's exactly what we're having to come to grips with as a society, and it's certainly something I'm continuing to reflect on.
So do you apologize now?
I apologized in the moment. I certainly feel that if again, I don't want to speak for her. I don't want to presume how she feels now. I haven't reached out to her. No one on my team has reached out to her, and we don't think that would be appropriate at all. So I'm responsible for my side of the interaction, which certainly, as I said, I don't feel was in any way untoward. But at the same time, this lesson that we are learning in, and I'll be blunt about it, often a man experiences an interaction as being benign or not inappropriate, and a woman, particularly in a professional context, can experience it differently, and we have to respect that and reflect on that. The standard applies to everyone. There is no there is no context in which someone doesn't have responsibility for things they've done in the past.
Trudeau has dealt with sexual misconduct time and time again since becoming Liberal leader.
Me Too. Time's Up. The Women's March.